Well, hello there, Professor Barry here. I just want to provide a little bit of information on discussion boards, kind of philosophy around it or approach to discussion boards, requirement and responsibilities for productive discussion boards, just to kind of set the climate. I mean, we're talking about in sociology as well as maybe in other classes you take, talk about things that and engage in materials that may challenge some of our preconceived notions, things that maybe not challenged, but they fully in our space, right? And we have really strong convictions about them. So it gets us into values and beliefs and ideas. And it's important to examine all that, right? To be able to examine our own ways of thinking and knowing, to be able to step back, to approach things with like what we call it, what talk about in my 201 class or my intro class, talk about as a beginner's mind, to ask questions, be inquisitive, versus being responsive in ways that's distracting from advancing understanding. So the discussion boards are a vehicle to be able to engage in the material and demonstrate understanding and to read from your colleagues, to learn from your colleagues, your peers. The purpose of the goal or the goal of the discussion boards is to provide a forum where two things. One, you're demonstrating understanding of the materials, a place where you're communicating understanding, and then other students in class can read your understanding of the materials, and it helps to solidify understanding of the content. It's also a way to engage with each other within the classroom in ways that foster community, conversation, understanding, further dialogue and discussion about content. And this gets tricky because it's the discussion boards or any content in the class is not about opinion. And that word just gets really weird sometimes because what I mean by that is that the focus of everything in this class, and I think it's true of, whatever class you're taking, is the first thing to do is demonstrating understanding of the content. And that's the focus, is demonstrating understanding. Like this is what even if I disagree with something, or even if I agree with something, the importance is, and what me as an instructor, what I'm looking for is the demonstrated understanding of the material. So if it's asking for describing and explaining and exploring, it's about doing that work, being able to engage in the material, demonstrate understanding of the material, ask questions about it, but it's not about a debate. And so that becomes an important part. It's about fostering understanding, fostering, creating a climate which we're exploring information and content. Also important to recognize that, within anything within the class, is creating a sense of community. And so there's a document, the COCC website, encourage you to look at it. We'll just kind of hit some highlights here. Is that we have, as students in any class, come from a lot of different lived experiences and backgrounds, and to honor those different experiences and backgrounds. And we engage in conversation, whether in a discussion board or you're sending me papers, and it's just a conversation between you and I, is fulfilling some obligations for community, a value we uphold here at the college, and I'd hope sort of in our larger community. And that's first to have integrity. So honesty, fairness, doing your own work, being able to honor your own voice, to bring your own voice forward, to be honest and fair about the work you do, and respect the dignity of other individuals and their experiences, grouped individuals who've historically been disadvantaged or have unique experiences in the world, to respect the dignity and the life and experiences of other people, to respect the rights that other people have, and to promote empathy and understanding. And I think a lot of sociology used to teach the intro class, with a lens on empathy, that the goal of sociology is really about understanding the experiences of others. Understanding does not mean agreement. Understanding means to promote empathy, means to understand, to lean into and be curious about the lived experience of other groups of people, and to help support and promote that exploration, to create a safe and healthy learning environment. So in discussion boards, refraining from things that could be divisive or that create a sense of discord, does not mean that you can't ask questions or to ask thought-provoking critique of information. That's all good. But things that are demeaning to the voice of others, that are putting into like I'm right, you're wrong, and devaluing the voice of others is something that we want to avoid because it does not foster a sense of community and a space that people feel comfortable and safe for exploring their own thoughts and ideas. I take this very seriously, as I hope you do, as I know and hope you do as well. And if there's infractions, like if there's, like there these reactions, a reaction gets really strong and divisive, we'll have to engage in conversations. Me and the individual engage in conversations and figure out how to best move forward. Yeah, but my hope would be it's like this is a space for us to explore, to engage in, to connect with each other. Like that's where a lot of cool learning goes on. So let's use that as an opportunity for that. And thanks in advance for your awesomeness and putting together some great responses, some posts that are thoughtful, engaging, and fulfill that focus on dialogue and understanding. All right, I think that's it for now. So enjoy the discussion boards and take care.